tuned it in.
Global and worldwide.
Hitting you on the one with no delay. Because it's the Fighter's Voice.
The Fighter's Voice.
With your fighting host, Richard Ortiz.
And the formidable co-host,
Mr. Cole Escobedo. Remember, every fighter has a voice.
California, we're live here in Fresno, California, Mad Production Studios, the Fighter's Voice Knockout Podcast. I'm here with my host, Mr. Mike Ruther.
What's up?
I'm going to keep going until I get your name right, man. Mike Ruther. Mike, we got some news, man. We're going to do a recap on Save Mart Center. Combate Americas took over the Save Mart Center, Fresno, California, and once again, it was a slam dunk.
Yes,
Mike
sir.
Efromowitz and team put together a crazy event. That matchmaker needs to be taken out to dinner and given a steak because every fight was exciting.
Yes,
every fight was action-packed. And once again, the fans were not disappointed, and they were very satisfied.
That was a great card. That whole card from top to bottom was crazy.
It was a great card, man. And I know tomorrow's show, Cole's going to want to do a recap on that, but I want to touch a little bit about that. You know, Stephanie Frosto, man, I mean, if you had to give her a nickname, I would give her the technician because she just wasn't throwing 1-2s, leg kicks. She was throwing inside elbows, a knee to the body, and just looking like a complete fighter.
Yeah, she's improved drastically, and in that one, it was like she knew when she could get the finish. It was coming, and as soon as she caught that leg, that was it. It was one punch, and that was it.
And I do want to say, you know what, her ground game has improved.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I like to see her on top because that's when you can see all her skill set. But I do want her to show her technique on the ground because a lot of people don't know her groundwork, and she's been putting in work on the ground and getting ready to tap some people out.
Yeah, and it was obvious too, just her defense, because she was put into a submission and she got out of there pretty much as she wanted to.
And you know what? I want to give a shout out to the Rizal brothers, John Rizal and Paul Rizal. They were there from Madera, California, and they were rocking that shirt, man.
Oh, yeah,
and just by looking at them, they had that gleam in their eyes. I can tell, honestly. I may be wrong, but that was their first event. Because every fighter that passed by, they wanted to touch, they wanted to be a part of, they wanted to take pictures.
And we've all been there the first time.
Exactly. And there's nothing like being on that new ride, that new roller coaster, or trying on that new pair of Air Jordans. Yeah. And I was talking to Vice President Mike Efromowitz, and I was telling him, your company has gained new fans and new supporters and followers. And by the looks of things, they were feeling good. They will be back.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the way it looks like they've always put 2 to 3 shows on in the Valley every year. So, hey, I can't wait for them to come back. It was a great show. And as you said, I mean, I had people telling me, hey, you know, there was more and more of my friends there. I didn't even know besides what you were telling me, there was more people there. Everybody was posting up a video or posting up pictures.
But you know what I felt? I felt so good knowing that Cole was back there getting all the MMA interviews. I mean, just taking care of business. KP was an assassin because he just stood there and he was putting in work. And then we covered yourself all the Combate America interviews in Spanish. There was nobody there, no outlet doing so. I think we conquered not only in English but in Spanish, and sky's the limit. And I will give a shout out to Tracy Martinez. Kick-ass photographer. Her number was called. She stepped up. She delivered, and we'll be doing some more business with her. And that's 26. Is that 26 photography?
26 photography
coming out. Yeah, we got to get with my boy Scotty. We got to design that design, make it all that.
Yeah.
I posted something today, not so much to be flamboyant or braggadocious, but to show you my man's designs, man. Scotty. I mean, he can get down, man.
Yeah, and then as you said, those pictures, some of the fighters immediately were like, "Oh, okay, let me get this real quick."
Well, there was another compliment today. I posted one of Jose Avalos.
Oh, that was a great picture.
One of them said, "Great picture, keep up." And I said, "I got a great team." No, we got a great team, whatever that was. And he said, "He goes, I can tell. Keep up the great work."
Yeah, that picture of Jose was like, as I was going through that, I skipped over it a couple times, and when I caught it, I was like, is that them in the air? And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh, wow. Like that's...
And you know what worked for us? Because it's easy just to overload on 10 pictures. But when you do it strategically, it gets the full attention and each gets respected as it should.
Yep. She got, I want to say maybe, honestly, probably from every fight, even the ones that weren't that long, probably at least about 100 pictures every fight.
Yeah. Well,
so,
I mean, hats off to her. She did a great job. Her number was called, and she stepped up and she delivered, man.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that one of the pictures that we have, I still look at it today. On mine, it got 2,500 likes. Now on the fighters, it just blew up.
Oh, yeah.
But you said the President Campbell himself, he grabbed it, he shared it, and
Yeah.
just to see that our work is out there.
Yeah.
Not just the logo, but the work itself.
Yeah, just even the picture that I had posted up of the interview that I had done. They posted it up, and the next thing I know, I see it on 2 or 3 other people posting it up, and I'm like, oh wow, that's just a lot of people. And
Yeah.
everything I seen was, oh, that's a great photo that was taken. Oh, that was a good interview I seen right there. And so, yeah.
Well, that's what a lot of people, I bump into people all the time, Mike, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. They think that we are just a podcast and that's it. I mean, we come on here Tuesday and Wednesdays and that's it. Little did they know we're establishing relationships, building relationships. We have personal relationships, and we do cover ground as much as we can cover ground. We're not covering alley setback ground, but we're covering ground.
Yeah, and as you said, contacts, establishing relationships. We already have so many of the fighters that just fought that have already committed, like, hey, let me know when you guys want me on.
Yeah.
I mean, just Sunday and Monday, I already got 3 of them that, let me know. You call me.
Yeah.
I'll make time for you guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just something that just shows the respect that we're earning and the respect that we give the fighters as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. And hard work does pay off, and it is paying off. And speaking of paying off, man, we got did you vote today, man?
No, I was actually in Pismo. I was on my way back right now.
So you voted on some clam chowder then?
No, I brought some clam chowder.
Oh,
home,
okay.
though.
Well, that's okay too, man. That's okay.
I brought
man.
some home though.
That's okay.
But I'm gonna stop right after here and then go ahead and do that.
There you go, man. Hey, we got to cast our vote from our man,
always.
Bobby.
Always.
How do you pronounce Bobby's last name? Bleatude. Yes. Bobby Bleatude.
I'm gonna call him Bobby.
I'm gonna call him Bobby.
I can't say that second one yet.
Bobby Bleatude. Well,
Bleatude.
didn't you get the message? I sent that thing
Yeah,
over. Yeah,
yeah.
maybe you and the missus could stop by or what have you.
Yeah, we'll see what we can
and
do.
Go there and show some support. But what I am hearing, 2020, maybe 2020. I don't know exactly how it goes, but Stockton, California, they're gonna have a new mayor, Shelly Hollis from Stockton, California, making it happen.
I've been seeing it. Yes. That's
The Fighter's Voice 2.0. Making it happen. My man, Shelly.
taking over a town there.
He is, and he's a Dodger fan.
I don't know about that one, but all right.
No, man. And I know, he does editing. I'm going to give him a hard time. And he shot that 3-pointer. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
See, he must have edited that. Because he just hit nothing but net. Kobe style. I'm going to give him a hard time about that.
Hey, sometimes that does happen, though. You pull that. I mean, Chavez, when he fought Jacobs, drained a 3-pointer. Jacobs couldn't hit it.
Yeah, well,
So you never know. Sometimes you get that lucky shot.
Yeah, no. I'm just giving him a hard time. He's an athlete. He's a football player. He has a lot of hit in him. Speaking of hit in him, I'm guessing it's going to be in Las Vegas. I guess, and it's going to be in July, just like it's indicated. They're going to be
MGM.
hitting each other again. Yep. We're talking about the trilogy: Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. What's your whole take on that? Because you're hearing excuses, you're hearing different rumors, but at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder said, "You know what? I don't need a tune-up. I'm ready now. Let's get this going. You started a war, and let's go."
I like it. I mean, it was already signed that the trilogy would happen pretty much either way. As I pointed out, I believe Fury is obviously the favorite. Mm-hmm. But with someone like Wilder, you can never count him out because of that eraser. But also, I feel that night we did see the best Fury we've seen, and we saw the worst Wilder we've seen.
Well, I got a question, okay? And I want you to really think about this before you answer this, Mike. Now, if he would have knocked out Tyson Fury, would we see the trilogy right away?
No, and here's why.
Okay.
If Wilder would have knocked out Fury,
Yeah.
I believe his knockout would have been one of those Wilder knockouts where the guy's shaking or is completely asleep, Bermain Sterling style.
For 10 seconds at least, yeah.
Yeah, so it would have been different because then with that, Fury would have had to been checked and everything.
And I'm glad you pointed that out. And that's why I want to say once again, and I stand behind the stoppage of his corner. Brilliant.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Excellent stoppage. Thinks about the man outside of the ring, thinks about the human being, and you know what? He's been there, done that.
Yes,
he's not just a person. He's not just a person that says, "Hey, you know what? I'm a trainer. That's all I did, and I've never been in the ring." No, he's been there, done that.
And even at that, after all the rumors, as you said, Wilder's keeping him on.
Well, that's good.
At the end of the day, Wilder knows Breland saved. Like I told people, he saved him $30 million. He's probably going to make another $30 million for this fight, and he wouldn't if he would have let it go for another 30 seconds.
He saved him permanent damage.
Oh yeah, definitely. But just see, he's okay now. Like they've done all the tests, he's fine.
Great.
So quick run, he's gonna turn it back in 4 months and get $30 million. He's going to end this year before we get to when school starts again for everybody in August.
Yeah.
This man has made probably 40 or 70 or 80 million dollars in a year.
Wow.
So there you go.
Well, I will say this: when I do go up there for the trilogy, and as we all should go, I will have a brand new knee.
A brand new knee.
I'm gonna have a brand new knee in June. I'm get my ACL, man. Brand new knee. What do you mean? I'm embracing it. I can't wait, man.
That's some pain.
No, there's no. You want it? I'm feeling pain now.
Yeah.
But you know what takes away my pain? I shot a commercial today, and someone brought to my attention, Richard, maybe you shouldn't shoot it in your work uniform, right? And then two, I didn't think about it because I'm a guy, but I wasn't ready to wear that commercial. I should have done it wearing some shorts. I wore shorts, but not the proper shorts.
Oh.
but you know what takes the pain away? It's pound for pound, man. Mikey Garcia, baby. That cream. It works.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
It works.
Yeah.
It works great. Works excellent, man. And yeah, I used it today. I shot a commercial today. I just didn't air it because I'm thinking, I'm not the producer, but we use the cell phone. And I'm thinking, man, we'll get KP down here. Yeah. Really make this happen because no one has really shot when using it. They endorse it, but are they using it? I'm using it. I'm endorsing it. And yeah, speaking of Mikey Garcia, man, and I don't want to go there just too quick because I want to continue to talk about the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury. What does Deontay Wilder need to do differently?
He's really, really got to establish that jab, and it's going to be what Fury's going to come now. Because now Wilder was maybe really ready for the Fury he's seen the first time that was moving, and that Wilder was getting ready to time. This time, Fury came at him and was like, let's go, one-on-one, let's go straight up, let's fight. And Wilder, to what everybody's seen, Wilder wasn't ready for that.
That took a lot of guts,
Yeah.
man. He really
Yeah.
stepped it to him. Who wants to pressure an assassin?
Exactly. But like we've said before, you have to bully the bully sometimes, and that's what I see now.
I truly believe that.
So Wilder just has to bring the best Deontay Wilder we've seen, and he's got to try to land that shot. His best option right now is that shot. I don't believe he's going to be able to knock out. I mean, to beat Fury in a boxing match, but if he catches him, that's a whole different story. Again, we don't know what Fury's going to be there. That question about Fury is always going to be there until he puts together 15 something like that type of performances in a row, because of after his first fight with Wilder, he beat Schwartz, he looks good. Then he had struggles with Otto Wallin where he gets cut, he gets hit a lot, he loses some rounds, and now on this one he looked the greatest Fury we've seen. But is that going to be the same one that shows up in July?
I think so.
We'll see.
I mean, I think Fury's going to be the same.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, but that question's going to be there. That's my thing. That question's going to be there. It's going to be one of those things where Fury's going to have to always prove it.
That Fury that won was prepared for the best Deontay Wilder.
Exactly.
Whether it was boxing or moving, because he was ready to give up his agility,
gave up everything.
His footwork, just to cut the ring off and just to fight the fight that he fought.
Yeah,
he knew he had hurt him early, not get his respect, but hurt him early.
Yeah,
there was a big difference there.
He gave away his agility, his quickness, all of that, but he picked up.
Just don't go too heavy. Don't go too heavy.
If he stays where he was at, who knows? But again, Wilder came.
What does Wilder got to do now?
He's got to work. I honestly think he's got to go a little lighter. 231 to me, he looked like his feet were in the sand a little bit at times. Because, again, in that first one with Fury, he was able to, even though, again, it's awkward, a little bit wild, he's able to get out of the way of some of those hits. This time he wasn't able to. And he's got to, we know Fury's taller, but he's got to use his jab as well. He's got a shotgun jab there.
Yeah,
and he just got to set that up.
My whole thing was...
go to the body as well. That's the biggest thing. Look how it worked for Fury.
Exactly.
And Wilder, imagine one of those right hands that lands on people's chins to the body.
And see, a lot of people talk about his footwork and that he doesn't have balance. And let's keep it real, he doesn't have the best balance. Michael Moore didn't have the best of balance. Lennox Lewis didn't have the best of balance. Why? Because they got big feet. And he overcommits with that right hand, but it's been working. And my whole thing was going into that fight, I know why Tyson Fury put the weight on, because he wanted to have some power and withstand the power. And I just don't know why Deontay Wilder continue to do so. I guess because you kind of hear, okay, well, he put some weight on, so I better put
a little bit.
Yeah.
And the question's always been,
but he knows, Deontay Wilder knows what he needs to do.
Yeah, and Wilder's probably best weight maybe is 215 to 220.
Yeah,
that's what he's always been at normally. And hey, I think
Mike Tyson's always been 215, 220.
Yeah.
He's never really bulked up when he fought a bigger man.
Yeah, exactly.
He just had that power.
Yeah, and then who knows? Wilder may have put on that weight differently than what he should have been. Same way other fighters, when they first move up in weight,
Yeah.
they put. I mean, look at Mikey. The first time he fought Errol,
Yeah.
he looked like he was out of it.
Yeah.
The first time Marquez went up in
Well,
weight.
let's make this interesting. Let's make this fun. Now, okay, they're going to sign the fight. Now that Tyson Fury won, who gets all the, okay, my fighter's coming in first. He's being called in second.
Fury.
I mean, who gets all the say?
Fury.
Because there was a lot going back, and I thought it was PBC heavy during the promotion. Then all of a sudden the fight,
was
Top
Fury,
Rank kind of
yeah.
made a little run.
Yeah, it's going to be Fury because he won. It's going to be Fury because more people are talking about him right now. He's going to
Yeah.
be on all the shows. But while you know what, well, he's going to be the challenger straight this time.
Yeah.
The first time he was the champion, but it was still Fury had the lineal.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be WBC.
Okay, I'm
lineal.
talking about how about all the commentators and stuff that they were there?
Oh,
Because
they're gonna be the
they're
same.
working it. Well, I like to see Christina Pacher.
Oh, she
Pacher
deserves it.
in there definitely because
Yeah,
she
and,
can hold her own out there and then some.
Honestly, the judge should be different that they have from PBC. I don't agree
Yeah.
with Larry Hazard a lot. Maybe Marcos.
Bailey. What about Bayless?
Who? Skip Bayless?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, not Skip Bayless. I'm not talking about
Oh,
full
refs?
on. No,
Kenny?
Yeah.
Kenny. Oh, Kenny's good.
Okay.
He's fine. I wouldn't mind it. Tony
Okay.
Weeks to me is one of the best referees as well, but Kenny did all right. I didn't see any complaints there from my
Okay.
side or
No?
from Fury. So
It's easy to call when one
Yeah.
man's getting, honestly dominated.
yeah, he from the second round on, it was a wash.
Yeah.
So-
But he was looking at concern because he knows his fighter and he's there to
Yeah.
protect every fighter.
Yeah, so I don't think there should be too much. The way it went last time,
Yeah.
it to everybody else, it looked like it ran smooth. Of course, things happen behind. But at the end of the day, they were shaking hands like, hey, we just made this much money. Let's go.
Exactly. I like the first commentating going on with the Timothy Bradley and
Sean Porter.
They were going at it.
I like that, man.
They were going at it, but at the end of the day, they knew how to do it, and I knew they would.
Yeah.
Because Sean Porter does not like to get cut off. He is not there just with his headset and not talking.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, because he goes through that a lot anyways
Yeah.
when he's dealing at PVC.
Yeah, so I like that one. That would be good again. Though I think the way they really had it set up was good.
Yeah.
Max and Mark Kriegel over there to the side doing their
Yeah.
thing. But again, there was
It was good because people just see the fight, but there's a lot that goes on
Yeah.
behind that. And as supporters and media, you get to see the different medias and the different outlets working together.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the promoters; it came
yeah.
it came together as a whole.
Yeah. So and you know what? It looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have
Oh, it
no
did.
complaints about it. So
It did. It was kind of like like when back in the day. You wanted the Dodgers to play. Well, I'm just saying the Dodgers to play the Yankees, and now
Yeah.
they do. They cross over to
Yeah.
play. So when you got to see different pieces of the puzzle, together, it was good.
Yeah, and then
Ray
again-
Flores did a great
Yeah.
job announcing during the prelims.
And again, some of those people probably I'm pretty sure some of those top ranked guys are probably like, man, I would love to see this man fight in person, or I would love to call his fight.
Yeah.
Same way the PBC was like, man, like when Pacquiao fought Mayweather.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are probably like, man, I want to see Leo Santa Cruz fight, man. I would love to see
Yeah.
Lomachenko fight. And hey, there's your chance. Go over there.
Speaking of Leo Santa Cruz, it was mentioned today, supposedly a done deal with him and Tank. Now,
Oh.
a poster was made.
Yeah.
And just because a poster is made doesn't mean
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal. But a poster does bring it to life.
Yeah, it was put up by,
People
by
are
Tank
visual.
himself.
People are visual, Mike. I mean, I was just talking to a eye doctor today. What's the name of that eye doctor? No, not Bishop. This is the eye company. IQ in Fresno, California. I told you I would give you a shout out. IQ in Fresno, California. They took care of my eyes, my vision, and they gave me some options so I get 20/20 vision, baby. Yeah. Well, anyways, I was just telling him today, our podcast, your podcast, I said, yeah, it's both visual and it's vocal. I mean, you can watch the show or you can go do your laundry or work on the house and listen to the show.
Yeah.
So he'll be tuning in, my man. I had to give him a little shout out, man. Show some love.
Always.
Got to fix my eyes.
Exactly.
And if I don't get them fixed, then I'm going to get a pair of glasses like Rick Morigian's. You know those big
those
ones
big
right there?
ones.
Yeah, I'm going to get some of those, man.
As long as you don't get mad at you, man, for copying them.
No, yeah, he might. He might, but he copies too. He just don't want to admit it. But, I mean, he don't just wake up with every single idea, but he is
Yeah.
blessed with his drive, though. I give
Yes.
him that.
That's
Definitely.
a hustler right there.
Oh, that's a hustler right
Yeah,
there.
there he is.
And you know what? Next time I see him, I'm going to ask him, man, how come you don't wear that Fighter's Voice shirt I gave you? I gave it to him back in the day. He actually got the old one.
He's gonna say because it's
The
not.
original.
He's gonna say because it's not Nike.
Oh, yeah, or Gucci.
Oh, right.
Well, we'll make sure we'll do the best that we
Right.
can with that.
We'll talk with them.
No, Jose's on Nike all day
Yeah.
long. No, because I see Rick rocking some Adidas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He's old school.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows what time
Yeah,
it is.
he's old school. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were playing like an old hip hop song, right? Nobody was looking, but you can just tell him he was just getting ready to let go. He was getting ready to let loose, man.
About to pull out the cardboard and put it
He
on the
was
floor.
the vinyl.
Yeah, there you go.
But see, he didn't want to spin because all his fatty will fall out.
Yeah.
So he can't do
And
that.
everybody's gonna jump for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of fatty and falling out and craziness, man, your boy Rigaroo, he did use that bow. He posted something today. He's in the ocean, man.
told you,
Going
man.
after sharks and
I'm telling you, that man's crazy.
he is. And the one that was with him at she's I believe she's a publicist in the UK. Correct me if I'm wrong, Regis. And she goes, no, hell no. She goes, I didn't come out here to effing die.
Right.
And he goes, no, I'm going back in. And he was way over there. Kind of like, remember when he was, the guy was reaching for Wilson, the ball?
yeah.
He goes, no, Wilson, come
Yeah.
back. And out in the middle of nowhere. But Regis didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, the boat left and everything. He's just there, him and his spear, getting ready to try to catch a shark or something,
Like
man.
he said, man, he's only living once, so he's
He
gonna
lives
enjoy
life
it.
to the fullest,
Yeah.
man.
He's. I wouldn't do some of the things
He is
does, but
personally
yeah.
crazy. I gave him a hard time in Las Vegas. I'm talking to him and met his wife, beautiful wife too. He's a very blessed man. And I'm talking to him and I said, man, this man is crazy. And I'm saying, you took a picture with that spear that you're going to do something. You've done this, and then you dropped that fish. I go, but you caught it in time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I said, then you were walking around, you were wearing that man thong. He goes, no, man, Speedos, man. I go, okay, is there a difference really? But it's all good. Now, I didn't want to diss in
Yeah.
front of his girl because that dude still got some big left hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about that fight.
With the-
Regis
him and
and Hooker, yeah. How do you see that fight going down? And I'm curious why it's at 143. Is somebody having trouble making weight?
I think Hooker is.
Yes,
I
he
don't- I
is.
don't
He's
think-
a big man.
Yeah, I don't think Regis is having trouble.
No,
with
no.
that weight.
Regis is always slim trim.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe it is Hooker, or maybe it was just something like, hey, let's just maybe just so in a way they both test
That
the higher weight
143 is only 4 pounds away
from
from
146.
welterweight.
Yeah, so I'm saying maybe both of them were like, let's try 143 so we could test our skills a little bit at a little bit of a higher weight, just to see how it feels. Just like
I think Hooker's ready to move up to 147.
I think he is, but
I
he
think
doesn't want to
Regis
yet.
wants. He has someone settled business, man.
Yeah, he wants to go against Jose again, and I mean,
But so does Hooker. Hooker called out Jose too.
yeah. So
I mean, our guy from Avenal, man, he's getting called out
Yeah.
left and right.
everywhere. There's that video too where a fan sent to Regis and Regis posted up where he goes, "Hey, when do you go against Jose?" And he's
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
saw
something."
that.
Then he goes, "Yeah, and I'll kick Rick's ass too."
I got a little something to follow up on that, but I did interview Regis, and Rick's name was brought up,
Yeah.
as well as Jose's out of respect,
Yeah.
and we kept it classy and professional.
Yeah, he's funny because even Rick just laughed at it.
Oh, Rick likes him.
And
Rick's a
Rick,
fan of
Rick
his.
even said, he goes, "This fight's gonna be hard for me to pick someone because I like them both. They're real good guys." So I mean, yeah, it's
Maurice
gonna-
Hooker is a very nice
It's gonna
guy.
be I
Very
think it's
nice
gonna be
guy.
a great fight. Right now, I favor Regis just because I've always said that he's probably one of the top 2 fighters in that weight class. So I favor him right now. But who knows? I mean, Hooker is not to be underestimated either.
I'm not
going to
give a winner just yet. I mean, you know, when we talk off camera, I just see Hooker surprising Regis with just his power. I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
going to knock him out or he's going to win the fight. Just surprising him early in the fight,
Yeah,
and then
and
Regis adapting and doing what he has to do
And
to be
Hooker's,
successful.
Hooker's a tall man. He's got long arms. You know that could
When
give
he
anybody.
was in Fresno, he looked like he was 160, man,
Yeah.
easily.
He's the
Easy.
long-
There we go,
yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
And actually, it was cool, man. Regis, I appreciate that because he texted that thing to me.
Yeah.
So I posted. I posted that one. I guess he didn't like it. So then he texted me this one right here. Like,
Yeah, this
man,
one's
he's like,
nice.
get it right, man.
Yeah,
It
this
is nice.
I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So it should be a good fight again. Right now, I favor Regis, but it's not going to be a walk in the park for either one of the two.
No, it's not. And that's a great matchup,
Yeah.
and that's what boxing needs. And boxing is solid now. And boxing now knows that we can cross over and co-promote with each other.
Yeah, and that's always
the
a good
fans
thing.
what they want.
That's always a good thing. I mean, we need that Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford as soon as possible.
Man, you know what? Errol Spence, I don't think he's ready for all that right now, man. I mean, okay, you got to remember. Okay,
Yeah, he was in
thank
there
God he's
actually.
alive.
Yeah.
He's working out. He's hitting the bag again. The man was thrown out of a car.
Yeah,
Okay, now if you work at Walmart, I'm not plugging them, and you drop a TV, you drop something on the ground, and even though it has that foam, I want another one because something inside loosened up.
Yeah, it's not ready
Something
yet, yeah.
inside's not right.
Yeah.
You know, and from the outside everything's cool, but there's still something inside.
Well, I mean, if we could get, let's say he fights someone in July, August, somewhere around there, maybe it is a tune-up, who knows? But then we end a year.
Like a Danny Swift Garcia.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd call Danny a tune-up, but
No, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that because he's
But
not gonna.
yeah.
He's not gonna take it to. He is not gonna take it to him. He's gonna fight a name. That's
no,
just all there is
he's
to
going to
it.
fight somebody, but not guessing he's going
Mike,
to fight.
you trying to get my ass kicked? I'm not calling Danny Swift Garcia.
I just
a
don't
tune-up.
think he's going to fight the
Because
toughest
Danny
guy.
won't come after me. Angel will. You know Angel will. He'll go, where's those bastards at? Because he got his son's back.
Yeah, that's true, but
And that Angel's a good dude, too,
yeah,
man.
and then I'll just call Robert Guerrero's dad, and we'll
Oh, my God. Speaking of Robert Guerrero's dad, he's still doing it, man.
Exactly, you know.
He's an OG.
exactly. And then let's just say Angel didn't really step to the plate when Robert Guerrero called him out. So
Well, that was interesting. That would be
yeah,
interesting.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, because
That would
one's
be
a
fun.
fighter and one's a shanker, so you never know what's going to go down. But I think they still could throw down.
And-
Actually, Carol the Cut Woman was kicking back with Robert Guerrero this weekend.
Yeah,
her and her
seen
dad.
that.
Yeah, they were
and-
covering the fight.
And the thing is, with both of them about which was his fighter and the shanker, it could be either one on any other day.
Exactly, exactly. Angel don't play either,
Yeah,
man.
He could show up with the knife for the gloves, and so can
Yeah.
Big Robert.
And no, that's real talk.
Yeah.
And we say a lot of things people are afraid to say or don't want to say. So I'm going to say one thing today. Andy Reese Jr., okay, he came on PBC. He was sweating like crazy. I want to take it because he was underneath the lights.
Yeah.
But he made an announcement that he's going to make an announcement, and he still hasn't
Said anything yet.
about his trainer.
Yeah.
But he is leaning towards the legendary Teddy Atlas.
Yes, I did see that as well.
They played some footage of Manny Robles, who's speaking his mind and telling the truth. Andy didn't shy away from that. He said, yeah, like I said it. I explained what I did. I admitted to it at the press conference and so forth. So he wasn't saying that Manny wasn't telling a lie.
Yeah.
He embraced it.
Yeah, and that's you own up to your mistakes. That's always the
But
best.
he still wants a change.
Yeah, so I mean,
Now, here's the thing, and I'm not going to knock this man because in the prime of his life, he fought everybody, and I'm talking about Oscar De La Hoya,
yeah.
the golden boy, the true golden boy. He fought everybody, but he went through trainers like crazy.
yep, he went through a lot of them.
I mean, his first one, Robert Altazar, who brought him in, Gil Clancy, Emmanuel Stewart,
Floyd Mayweather Sr.,
Floyd Mayweather Sr., and the list goes
Freddie
on.
Roach, Nacho Beristain.
It's just sometimes it's the man in the mirror that needs to make the
Yep.
adjustment and not the trainer. Now, I know some trainers can come in and they'll carve it up, so to speak, say, okay, I'm going to enhance this
Yeah.
or I'm going to add this to
Yes.
the program. But at the end of the day, you got to start blaming yourself for your own actions.
And now, speaking of just switching trainers so often, now I'm not going to say this is what caused it, but take a look at Jesse Vargas. How many times has he switched trainers over the last 5-6 years? I mean,
lot.
it seems like every time he fights, there's a new trainer there. So
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, and we're going to talk about that Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas thing, and I do want to add this, and then we're going to move back because I want to talk about Andy Reese, his decision. Jesse Vargas, he didn't look too well after the fight.
No.
He looked like his eyes were dilated, so to speak.
he looked like he got beat up.
No,
like
no,
straight
no,
up.
exactly.
Yes,
And I think
yes.
he was one punch away, but we'll get back to that. So Andy Reese, he said he's back in the gym. He's doing cardio.
Yeah, he does look a little bit thinner, more fit. So
Yeah.
it looks to be working.
Well, you got to remember, Andy is Andy. That's his physique, and that's the way it's going to be. But not a 280-pound
Yeah,
Andy.
no, you can't be at 6'1", 6'2". You can't be 285 pounds and think you're gonna go out there and be.
He's still the mark. He said 250.
And that's probably the best weight, honestly, for him. Maybe a little bit thinner. I've seen him fight. I believe at 239 before, but it is that was also when he was younger.
I was okay. I was kind of thinking he would go to Robert Garcia's Boxing
I
Academy.
thought that would
Only because of the relationship that he has with Mikey
Yeah.
and the respect that he has, and that they are fans of each other's work.
I was thinking that too, but maybe his thing is going to be the same way as what Jose saw with Freddie. There's just too many fighters that he has right now. He might not get the full attention when he needs it.
Well, that whole fight, that whole comeback is going to take full attention.
Yeah.
And the one that does have time in his hands, other than having a podcast and broadcasting,
It's Teddy.
it is Teddy
That's
Atlas.
really it, yeah. Because Robert's got Jose, Mikey,
Ortiz.
I mean, he's got all the ones that were on the other card.
Mikey got some dogs in there.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of fighters in there. So I mean, yeah, he's especially if it's that we don't want Andy to fall back into his habits. He needs that full attention.
Well, he said, hey, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I do like that part. He goes, I need to get out of here. I need to get away from this.
Yeah. So that's why Teddy will probably put him in the room.
Do you think he's saying all the right things that need to be said, or do you truly believe that he's really ready to make an adjustment and an assessment on his lifestyle that he's living Because I don't shy away from pizza either. I don't got a problem with that or Corona.
But we're not professional
fighters.
Exactly. That's the difference. We're not fighting for a heavyweight belt and millions of dollars. So.
Exactly. And you can't do that on a daily. Do you think he's saying all the right things now, or do you truly believe that he's going to make that adjustment?
For me, and it's always going to be this way with so many fighters now, is show me. I'm not going to listen to what you say. You got to show me.
I think
Tyson Fury showed us. So you got
Tyson's Fury. I mean, he is one. See, okay.
And
I don't want to get away from his testimony because we see him as the heavyweight champion of the world, but we're talking about a man that lost over 100 pounds,
and he changed
was
so many
suicidal,
things,
was fighting depression, was fighting addiction, was at the end of his roads, had all the straps, was a unified champion, and just said, you know what, it doesn't give me peace, it doesn't give me happiness, and was searching and just ready to give it all up, and to now be the man. He is the man in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, exactly, and that's, as we said, he showed us. And, honestly, to an extent, Joshua showed us. Joshua said, "I'm going to come."
Adjustment.
He said, "I'm going to come back and I'm going to win." And I'm not going to make the same mistakes as the first fight, and he didn't. So, especially in a sport like boxing, you have to show. You could say over and over. I mean, Adrian Broner, I'm changed. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Adrian Broner arrested. Adrian Broner overweight. So it's until you show us and show it consistently that we're going to believe you. So
action speaks.
Exactly. So for right now, for Andy, he's saying what you want to hear, but until he shows it, I mean, he's showing it bit by piece, a little bit, because he does look thin. He's constantly showing himself in the gym. He's constantly showing himself working. But until he steps in that ring and looks like Andy that we've seen June 1st.
He did say a few things that I liked and some honesty. A lot of fighters saying, "Oh, I'm ready to get back in there," but he said, "You know what? I need maybe a tune-up or two to get back in there."
Yeah,
he said, before I go and fight an Ortiz. He didn't shy away from it. He didn't admit and say, okay, it's on the table, but we've been hearing that it's on the table. That's going to be a tough fight for him.
That's if it's that one, because I've also heard Adam Kowalski, the Polish heavyweight, who's fighting, I believe, next weekend.
Yeah, on PVC.
Yeah, I've heard him.
That guy's tough. He had him and Chris Arreola.
Man, I didn't know when they stopped throwing punches. And Arreola, speaking of that, he's one of the people that's on the short list as well.
I think that may be a great fight for Andy. Maybe not the fans. They may not embrace it. But for Andy, as far as career-wise, a threat, but not as big a threat
as Ortiz or as Kowalski.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm not taking anything for Chris Arreola. He's been on the show plenty of times. Nice man.
Guy.
Great guy.
But with Arreola, you know what you're getting. You know he's going to come in there and he's
moving forward.
Yeah, he's not going to, hey, I'm going to jab you and I'm going to move away. I'm going to clinch and hit you a couple. No, he's going to be like, put your hands up, let's go. That's it. We're going to stand right here. You could literally put those two in a phone booth and say, let's throw punches and see what happens.
That could be fight of the year.
So, I mean, I would watch it, but I would prefer Andy to go somewhere, because with Chris, lately he's always been, well, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it. So I don't like when fighters do that, because they already got a percentage outside of the ring that they're thinking about.
Sometimes they say that, but if you say it too much, sometimes they say that because they want the promoters to buy in and say, no, you are gonna do it. Here's that extra zero, or here's that extra check.
That's true.
But in this business, you can't just turn it on, turn it off all the time.
Exactly, it's true. But with Arreola's not someone that tries to do that. Arreola's, what he says is what's going on, what he means. Yeah, I'm cool. Hey, I'm this. I'm that. He's not one of those, let me go make another $100 million just because I want to play around. He's going to be like, I don't know if I should do this. I'm getting hit.
He did a decent job on PVC when he was analyzing a fight. Did good. And looking at him at a different atmosphere, in a suit, dressed up, and he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. So he's got different options, and he's a good guy.
Speaking of a smart guy, I mean, not just a world title is chasing another belt, and that's give me your whole take on Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas.
That was a good fight, man.
Did it live up to the hype and expectation, you think?
I think it exceeded it, because I think a lot of us didn't know what to expect from Mikey. Well, with Mikey, because we seen what happened with Errol the first time he moved up. So it was kind of like, well, if he hangs in the fight, that's nice, pretty much. A lot of people had that option. Some people were like, I just hope he doesn't get hurt, because who knows how his body's going to react. Yeah. And then he comes out there, and, I mean, after the third or fourth round, he starts beating Jesse up. And he really beat Jesse up for a few rounds there. I mean, he had him probably 5 seconds away from getting stopped.
I agree.
So it was – and then, I mean, Jesse came out. He looked solid. He was doing good at first. He couldn't get out of the way of that 1-2 that Mikey was throwing at him. And Mikey's just so calculated, and as the announcer was saying, he downloads information and then, pow. And that's what he did. He kept. Oh, okay,
What
he's doing
surprised you
this.
the most about Mikey?
That he knocked him down. Honestly,
The power.
I know he has power, but at 147, who knows? Really, that was a question. Especially with someone like Jesse, who's been in there with so many bigger hitters.
Yeah. And he's
only
never been knocked
and
out.
he's only been dropped by Pacquiao.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, okay.
I want to comment on that when we talk about power. We had the opportunity of going down to Riverside, California, and you know what happens in the gym? You keep it
Yeah.
in the gym. And he said, Richard, I'm going to surprise him. He's underestimating me
Yeah.
with my power. And I didn't want to say any of that because you don't say that before
Yeah.
a fight. You don't. But he sat down on his punches,
Yeah.
was working on his power, and he displayed
Yeah,
that
and-
power. Regis said it best. I don't know how he got up from that right
Yeah,
hand.
because that was man when he hit.
I don't even think Jesse knew he got up.
Yeah, when he
That was,
wobbled
that
him,
was that was muscle memory,
yeah,
instinct.
When he wobbled him, I was like, all right, there we go. Like he's got him hurt, and then he caught him. I was like, oh, that's it. And I think Jesse. I mean, if you see the look on Jesse's face, it was like, okay, like
Mike,
wow.
but honestly, him going down is probably the best thing to happen for him because he would have stood there and
Oh yeah, he would
withstood
have
some
taken. He
punishment.
would have took some hard shots.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. So and as you know, the smile on his face said it. It was like, oh, all right, there you go. Like
Yeah.
then he knew. Maybe I did underestimate it. But
Mikey was trying to land that uppercut too,
Oh, yeah.
which was rare, but he was trying to he was trying
You
to
can
land
see
that,
it.
bait it in there.
The one thing that I've always wanted with Mikey is I need him to go to the body more.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to the body enough for
Yeah.
me, and you could see when he does, the fighter kind of, but he just I don't know if it's just
Mikey just wants to crack you.
Yeah, and that's
he wants
what
to
I
figure you out, time you, and crack you.
and some. But if there's anything that I have against the fight, I feel like he kind of let off the gas a little bit towards the end of the fight, and maybe that is.
I thought he
added weight.
did that. I thought honestly he did that strategically and purposely.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him get the stoppage.
Yeah, but the thing is, he may have done that purposely,
Yeah.
but he's done that in so many fights where
Exactly.
he slows up a little bit, and you're like, is he tired or is he? I know I've won this fight. Let me.
I
let me
still
hang
think
out."
he painted a Picasso.
Oh yeah, he did a great job.
I didn't like those left hooks landing early
Nope.
in the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
I know Mikey has a granite chin.
And no, he's shown it because
Yeah.
he's been in there where Errol Spence didn't go down. Been in there with Jesse Vargas, who's fought at a
Yeah.
little bit of a higher weight, didn't, and he was getting hit clean, and it was just all right. There you go. So if you would have said, hey, in the 5th round, someone's going down, you would have Mikey's going to get
Yeah.
caught with something. Oh, Mikey's the one that knocked him
Yeah.
down. Oh, he almost stopped him again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, well,
And you know who was glued to the ring? It was Regis, because Regis mentioned several times didn't disrespect him and said, "I would love to share
yeah.
the ring with Mikey
He's
Garcia."
told me that for many years as well. He goes, if there was a fight I would always want, it's Mikey. He goes, the same way Mikey said he would have loved to have a match with Mayweather just to test himself
Yeah.
against that type of fighter. Regis is like, I've always wanted to test myself against Mikey, and why not? If you're a fighter, you want to test yourself against the best fighters that there is. So.
Yeah, there's a story about that. I'll let Mikey tell
Yeah.
that story.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. No, that was a great fight, and honestly, that whole card was really, really, really good. That whole card was
Yeah.
really good. I mean, the King is back. Chocolatito put on.
Oh, my
Talking about a
gosh.
Picasso.
Yeah.
That was man. I was just looking.
People, you know what, Mike? I had the sense that people just showed up and viewed just to watch him for the last time, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Exactly.
And lo and behold, he pulled the rabbit out of his
He-
hat, was humble, and you know what? My Spanish isn't the best, but come on, that commentator, come on, bro. He didn't say all that stuff. I mean, get it. If you're gonna say it, get it right, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, the commentator started commentating before he even got the answer from
Yeah.
Chocolatito. He just
Yeah,
started
so,
answering questions directly.
He said, "Yeah, great job.
yeah, yeah, exactly. He goes, "Yeah, all my people." I mean, you know what I mean?
I want to thank everybody."
Yeah.
And Eddie, and no, I swear he didn't just say that, but, but no, yeah.
And he was telling him over and over again what to say.
Yeah, because he did repeat himself a couple times.
Yeah, he
but,
did.
I mean, that was a great performance from him.
Yeah.
And I told a lot of people, and they're like, "Oh, you know, this is." I was like, you know what? It might be. I'm going to watch it because he's a personal favorite of mine. I say I don't root for anybody. I don't go for these fighters like that. If there was one, it'd probably be him. So I was hoping he would do something good. And early on, I told people, you know, I've seen Cal fight in Fresno.
Yeah.
And I've seen him rocked by someone that's a little bit of a lesser opponent.
Yeah.
So I was just, you know, if Chocolatito lands one of those shots, I don't know how he's going to respond. And then at that, you're not going to outvolume Chocolatito.
I thought I was a big fan. I want to give a shout out to, what is it, Boobs in Boxing?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, she's a big fan, man.
Yeah, I mean-
she gets feisty too. She likes to argue a little bit, but
Yeah.
but she knows her stuff. I I respect to what she has to say.
Yeah, and there's so many fans of him just because of the type of person he
Yeah.
is. He's a great man. So, I mean, you're seeing a lot of the Twitter. As soon as it went, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
my God, everywhere. So, I
yeah,
mean,
just give you a hard time, Elliot. He did a great job. I enjoy your tweets and your information and going back and forth.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
She's a good one to follow as well. as well as I mean, there's just so many women that, like we've talked about, that they know what they're talking about and know what they're doing.
Exactly. And you know what? I wanted to try to, I'm glad you said that. I put that back in here. A lot of people talk about Oscar De La Hoya. They talk about him, and maybe I have my concerns about him as a promoter, and my only concern is, as a fan, he's going to protect his product. And I get that. Anybody is, just like any team is or what have you. But he knows he has a good product. Golden Boy Productions, it's taken off. He knows he has the fighters to push it to that next level. Oscar De La Hoya in his prime fought everybody.
Yep.
And Oscar De La Hoya, and go ahead and argue with me all you want, is the one who brought the masses of the women, the female audience, to the sport of boxing. Plain and simple, period. If you want to argue with me, we can argue with me. You can text me. You can get a hold of me. I'm in Fresno, California. Oscar De La Hoya from Golden Boy Productions, when he was in the ring, brought all the female fans, followers, and supporters to the sport of boxing, the sweet science.
Yeah,
Plain and simple, period.
Oh, there's no question about it.
And that's why a lot of men liked him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, did not like him, because there was two reasons why. They were either a Julio Cesar Chavez fan for the first type, or plain and simple, the old lady wanted to get with him.
Yep, and
that's just all there is to it, man.
That's the way it was, yeah.
That's the way it was.
Yeah, so
because Oscar wasn't a player; he just crushed a lot. Yeah. I mean, he was doing it, man. I mean, he was the man. Yeah, the Olympic '92, making it happen, and and now he's a promoter.
Yeah, and as you said, he protects his product, but they don't babysit their prospects.
No. They don't got time for it, Mike.
Yeah,
they don't got time. In this boxing, you got a small window. Yeah. Any matchmaker will tell you that.
And you got to see before
Roberto will tell you that.
Yeah, before you get $20 or $30 million out of us, let's check before you hit that first mill how you do with the actual fighter.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about him. I mean, I went to that show last year. I had 2 upsets on that card, and I was just wow.
One of them was De La Hoya, right?
Yeah, Diego De La Hoya. I was just sitting there like, whoa, okay, So I mean,
welcome to the sport of boxing.
They're not gonna baby their people.
No, they're not. And I'll tell you, talking about a great promotions, talking about something that's about to take off, and I'm talking about Stockton, California. Toscano's Boxing Promotions is taking over the 209 March 21st. I suggest you get your tickets now. This event will sell out. Trust me, it will sell out. That event's going to be fire, man.
That looks like it's so fun.
I mean, the whole promotion, they're so ahead of schedule. They want to make sure every T is crossed, every I is dotted. We're going to be broadcasting live that Saturday before, March 14th at McKinley Park. Broadcasting live, The Fighter's Voice. We're going to go live at 12 o'clock, so you make sure you subscribe. youtube.com/The Fighter's Voice. That's our YouTube channel. We're going to push it and promote it even more. But Toscano's Promotions, man, they're getting ready to take over this area.
That's a good spot right there for them. And they got a lot of local fighters on there, so that's good.
It is, and they don't stay put. They make the moves that they need to make.
Yeah. So that's going to be a great show for Stockton again.
Oh, it is going to be a great show. Kilo the Kid headlining. I mean, that's going to be another great show. And he gave me a list of fighters, and I'm excited about it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wish I can just sit there and watch it. And I'm not working. I mean, I'm working it, but I'm still not working it.
Yeah, you're a part of you is like, oh. Yeah. So I mean, just like this past week with Combates, we're
do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
We're sitting there, I'm enjoying the fight, and it's like, all right, I got to go back there, bam.
Exactly, and that just comes with it. Because all the fans that are screaming for these fighters, you're right there next to them, asking the questions that need to be asked. Plain and simple, period.
And shout out to the Loba Acosta. She came out, did an interview even after her loss. A lot of fighters are not going to do that.
There's not too many fighters that still look beautiful after a loss.
And there's not too many fighters that are going to go take – well, I'll say she came walking around and everybody just said, "Oh, let's go down there."
You can't keep something that beautiful in the back.
So that was good. That was good for her, I believe.
Who's her manager? Because they market her great. Oh yeah, man. I mean, they just do a great job with her. And I like when she weighs in. She has the
angel wings.
The angel wings, and she comes out with the horns.
Yeah, and she said,
win, lose or draw, people are going to show up to see her.
Yeah, and she said she wants to be back here in Fresno. That she felt she was treated well. And if you notice, a lot of the fighters said, "Man, we were received so well here in Fresno." So I mean that. Being from Fresno, that makes me feel good to know that they're getting the respect they deserve.
And Cole said it best, man. Show up and support MMA, or it's going to go away.
Yep,
and they did. They supported it.
They've been supporting it. So, like we heard, the next one's over the summer. So that sounds good again.
Yes, exactly. I spoke to Mike Aframowitz, and I even suggested, I go, well, maybe even Stephanie a headliner. He said, maybe, possibly. Yeah. He goes, but I would love to have both sisters on the card.
I would love to.
I'm sure Zoila would love that too, because Zoila's been itching, and she's been going through some fights where they've been canceled, or she couldn't find an opponent, or just rescheduled. So she's itching and ready to go back into the cage.
I feel like some of those fighters are probably like, Zoila, and then they look up a video. You know what? I just pulled a hamstring. I just tore
now
calf
that's
muscle.
a workaholic.
Yeah, Zoila's always doing something. So.
No, she is. She's putting in work, and she was just zoned out through the whole fight too.
Oh yeah.
She had that fight face on her.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I love seeing when you see family like that. Same
Yeah.
way Nate Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
They're always there for their sister, brother. And, I mean, they seem to be more happy for them winning than for themselves.
Paul Lozano, he did great.
Yeah. Oh, that chokeout was perfect, man.
And you know what? He wanted that because I mean he trained so hard for the last fight. And he
Yeah.
was so disappointed, but he lost. No disappointment. He lost to a great guy. I mean,
Yeah.
to a tough dude, and that's part of
Yeah,
it.
that's the game.
But to come back on top and to leave a winner, you can see the smiles and the relief on his
Oh,
face,
yeah.
as if to say, "Okay, let's go on to the next one."
Yep. Him, Avalos did a great job as well.
I want to talk about Avalos. I think he got kind of lost in the smoke, or I don't want to say the crowd, so to speak. You got to remember his whole story. I mean, he's come back from injury, career-ending injury.
Yep.
But the type of man and the type of fighter and the type of person he is, he was already talking about when he was in the hospital, okay, when can I train?
Yep.
How long is this surgery going to take? Or how long is this treatment going to take? When's my recovery date? And he was ready to jump back in
Yep,
there.
and he fought a great fight. I mean,
Great fight.
yeah, you would think.
The bigger man, he
Yeah.
fought a bigger dude.
Yeah, that was surprising to me. And what was the second part to that is every time they went to the ground, he was the one winning. Why would you want to stay on the ground at that point? Test it at standing up. You got a better shot at that point to win the fight than you do on the ground.
I don't think he
because-
had any choice, but
Yeah,
that's just what it is.
But I mean, every time they go to the ground, there's
Yeah.
Jose. Just there you
Yeah.
go. Oh, okay. And then look what happened. Choked him out.
That
So,
happens to be his strength. I know he was disappointed last time he wasn't able to fight in Fresno because of the injury, but you know what? I guess the word I was looking for, that got overlooked
Yeah.
in the shuffle. To come back from injury, that was a whole storyline itself. I mean, Jose, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you were victorious. Just you going in the ring. I mean, I'm sorry, the cage where you were victorious because just to come back from the injury that you did, and the guy's a ticket seller.
Oh yeah.
Rumor has it he got his tickets just days before and sold them all.
Yeah, and I would believe it because he had a.
And ruffled some feathers along the way, but that's okay.
And he had a loud explosion when he
Oh,
walked
he
out.
did. Yeah,
So,
yes, he did.
Yeah, I mean.
So did Adrian.
Yeah.
My gosh, I talked to him the very next day. He was okay. I mean, he just knew. He said, "All right, Richard." He goes, "I appreciate the support and what have you." He goes, "I just know I need to grow and I'm going to grow."
Yeah.
And he reminded me of how young he was. I said, "Absolutely."
Yeah, exactly.
He's a fan favorite because I thought that was going to be it in that first round.
Oh, I know. He's got heart, man. That's one thing that's going to help.
man.
He's got heart.
And
'cause
he
has
pushed
that-
the fight. The
Yeah.
man was, and he's the one who dictated the fight in the last rounds, the last closing seconds, pushing the fight
Yeah.
and going for what he needed was the knockout.
Yeah, and he gave it his all. He didn't come out on
He
top,
did.
but he tried.
He
So,
did.
And he has heart because I thought that first round I was like, oh, this is it. And the next thing you know, he's back up on his feet. So
He's doing it,
Yeah.
man. I mean, you know what? I don't want to call it a job, Mike, but we got a great gig here.
Yeah.
I mean, the relationship we have with these fighters and to see them just outside of the cage, outside of the ring, I mean, it's man, hands down, second to none.
Hey, and Hector, I hope you keep icing, man.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
God, I hope you keep icing, man.
Oh yeah, Hector, my man. Dang, he got kicked not once but twice,
Oh,
but on
man.
every single jewel, huh?
Yeah, I think he caught everything that you could think of. He told me Sunday morning, he goes,
Bro, no, he
still
got
not
kicked
back.
3 times. He got like in the left, the right, and then the junk. It's just like, man,
Yeah, and he told me, he goes, Sunday, I don't think they're back yet.
no, man.
Man, but hey,
No,
I'm
he
saying-
gutted it out, and,
Yeah.
and like you said, I was sitting right next to you, and he said he doesn't want the victory that way.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna take a disqualification.
No, he stood up and said, "No, let's fight."
Yeah, so that's all hard, and that's why he was getting cheered.
Yeah.
I mean, because every man in there knows, you know what? By the second time, let's call it a day, because I need to make
Yeah.
sure they're still going to be there.
Yeah,
But,
or I'll take that cheap W right
yeah,
now.
because and honestly, you wouldn't blame him because it's
No.
fool me once,
No,
okay,
very well justified.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. All right, now
Yeah.
now it's not an accident no
Yeah.
more. That's because the second one looked more clear than the first one, and the first
Oh,
one went
yeah.
right up the middle.
Oh yeah, he went
So-
after the yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's an old trick that people have used in boxing.
Yeah.
Let me hit him low real quick one time. Take
And
a
then
little
the
bit of
guy
energy.
went after they came back. The guy threw a flurry
Yeah,
because he knew he was kind
exactly.
of
He knew he was
tired,
tired,
and
yeah.
you saw him a little fatigued there because
Yeah.
he's usually a cardio freak. But
Yeah.
any man,
You can take those shots, man. I mean, and respect to him when we went back there to do the interview. He seen us. Hey, hold on, give me a few minutes to get some energy. All right, let's
exactly,
go. So
exactly. You know, a day before we head to Toscano to broadcast live at McKinley Park, 559 Fights is back in Visalia, California. Jeremy Luchau is back and bringing a whole card there, and it's going to be awesome. I know he has, I believe, last time I spoke to him, it was like 15 fights there, man.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, no, he has a great card.
That's always good. Always a lot of fights. So
Yeah, a lot of fights, and you know what? And they're very well matched, so they're action packed.
Yeah,
and not I tell you what, they're not all going the distance.
Yep. And I mean, look at just last
Because
week.
they're all hungry, man.
Yeah, and you want, especially with speaking of combates, now you have another outlet that's just right here.
Exactly.
That after you finish with 559 fights, you got a shot. So, and that's a pro level thing. I mean, you got real fighters in there. You got some fighters that could be justified top 20, top 25 fighters in the world in combates right now as well. So.
Yeah.
I mean that's a good brand to go to.
You know, our guest that was supposed to be with us today, and I know they had some take care of some business for his pro debut, and that's Jesus Haro is going to be fighting, I believe, this month in Tijuana. I don't got the exact date. Yeah, he's ready to go, man, and making his pro debut. I'm excited for him. How his father, the whole Haro brothers team, and Jim, and another fighter who was going to come on the show, but because of time differences, but he's been in training. He said, Richard, I'm just waiting to get the phone call. And that's Andy Vincent out the He's ready to go, man. And there's been some names thrown up there. I really can't comment on that because I don't want to step over my boundaries. But there's been some big names thrown out there that I've been hearing, and he's always an exciting fighter to watch. A lot of people don't. It's just like when you watch MMA and you see him on the ground. And I mean, they're just strategic.
Yep.
A real artist will know, okay, that's an art form down there. A lot of people want him to stand up. Andy Vincent is able to neutralize a big puncher.
Yes.
And a lot of people, they're not fans of it. But in the sport of boxing, excuse me, you got to be well-rounded. And he's a very well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what we want to see. And I like Andy's, again, that's another one of the favorites that I like right there. So, I mean, I hope to see him back soon because he's a good fighter. And I would love to see him against any
I want to see him with Josh Herring.
Jamal Herring.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jamal Herring. I'm thinking of, Josh Taylor. Yes. Jamal Herring. Yeah. I've been guilty of that before, man. And Jamal, I saw him in Las Vegas, man. He was rocking the Fighter's Voice T-shirt, man. I'll be posting some stuff later on.
He's a funny dude, man. So
he's a cool dude. He's living life. He's happy-go-lucky right now.
Yeah, so that's a good dude to see. And then hopefully,
I mean, look who he kicks back with, man. Look at his whole team, his whole squad.
And hopefully he gets to get in there with I think they want Carl Frampton.
Yeah. That's
so that would be a good fight
for.
over there over the summer. So I would love to see that fight as well. So hey, hopefully
thanks for the correction there, Mike.
Yeah. I was like Josh Herring. I thought about it for a second. I had to be sure I was right.
No, because I wanted to talk about Josh Taylor too, who's going to have his first fight with Top Rank.
Yeah,
and but you know what? That opponent's not an easy step over, not at all. Yeah. There may be some shaking up there in the 140-pound division.
Who's his manager?
Oh yeah.
There's a reason why Sean's there.
Yeah. Well,
so there's a reason. When have you known Sean to pull out somebody that's just going to go lay down? So
Sean's a good dude, man. Yeah. I was rapping him in Las Vegas, man, and he was having a business meeting. I don't want to disturb him. So,
Sean's a good dude, man. He reaches out now and then, talk to him. So he's a good dude.
He is who he says he is.
Yeah.
He's about business, and he'll shake your hand, extend his hand, but he's all about business.
Yeah,
all about business.
He's everywhere.
And guess who I got to see live for the first time? Well, I seen him a couple of times, but he had a little makeover. Cool. The little Woody. He had a new chain on him. Yeah, he was just there, just chilling in the club, just saying, "What up?" He went like that, give me the thumbs up, man, because he always does. But I do want to talk about Andy Vincent a little bit. That's somebody who's been very patient, knocking on the door of a title shot. Has been patient, keeping his nose to the ground, grinding, doing what's asked of him to do, and just waiting for that phone call.
Yeah, and I mean, he again, the loss that he has on his record, I believe it was more closer than that. Maybe it was a draw.
That was a close fight.
But I believe he should have been given the opportunity to get that rematch.
Immediate rematch.
And Bell doesn't look too interested, and there could be reasons why. Maybe he knows that it wasn't what the scorecard showed. To me, I'm going to be honest, I thought Andy won that fight. I see where Albert, he landed some shots, but...
Well, yeah, he was successful with some shots too, but I see Andy having some success too, and a lot of those that the commentators were calling landed blows, a lot of them were hitting there.
You were hitting elbows, shoulders, going right by his head, but hey, it's what happened. So I would love to see him fight again. I would love to see them again, and maybe we'll get that soon. Maybe when they come soon, maybe it's an eliminator, maybe it's a vacant title, something of that nature.
But, all this smoke is going to clear real quick. And then before you know it, May 9th is going to be coming around the corner. Fresno, California, Save Mart Center. Once again, Rick Meridian is making it happen again, pushing full force. I'm just curious to see what theme is it going to be. There's always a theme. There's always a cause. There's always something that's given. There's always something that needs to be heard. There's always something that needs the attention where it's standing over here and it doesn't get the proper attention, and Rick's always making it happen, man.
He's going to stand up for someone.
Whether he's knocking out cancer, diabetes, drugs, or whatever it takes, he's always standing behind a good cause.
He's going to bring a cause that may not be getting the light that he knows deserves it, and he's going to show it up there for you. he's going to bring it to light for everybody. So that's
He
always
does,
something
man.
good. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
that whole promotion leading up and that whole press conference week, because it's not going to be just just a win or nothing.
Yeah.
No, I believe it's going to start as early as Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean that's a world title fight, and that's a big world title fight. Jose's not fighting a walk in the park either, as we talked
Yeah.
about.
No.
Postal is a
No.
legitimate.
And I like the
fighter.
storyline for Freddie Roach.
Oh yeah, and just think this is going to be Freddie's second shot.
Yeah.
At Jose.
Yeah.
The first one, look how close he was.
Yeah.
With someone that everybody was like, he's
I
good.
respect to everybody. That's still a great storyline. If they say it's just another fight or it's just no,
We
you're a little
know.
more motivated, and
We
that's
know.
okay, and as well as you should be.
It's just like in football or baseball, basketball, the team that lets you go and you go back to play them the next year. It's another game. but-
Now, rumor has it. I don't know if I'm late on this or nothing, but someone just walked away with a brand new Mercedes, man, like a Jeep, because somebody went to a Mercedes dealership there, bought something, and somebody went the next day just to
got
check
it.
it out and said, "Oh, so-and-so was in here and just dropped his racks." It walked out. I'm like, okay, there we are.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. Hey, when you're fighting,
Yeah, life is good.
and yeah, life is good.
When you could just do that, that's what it's about. Right
To me,
there.
that's news, man. I'm not hating or making fun of it. That's great, man. That's more power to you,
Mercedes
man.
is the type of
you know
car I
what?
want.
I get a high watching you drive your car.
Yeah.
I really do.
I tell people a lot of time I get more excited seeing other people succeed that I know than myself. I'm just
You know
like,
what, Mike? I'm going to say something right now. there was a ring announcing. I mean, it's a tough business unless you're signed with somebody, you're affiliated with somebody. Excuse me one second. I had a gig and I was ring announcing. I was already set to go. I get a call from a buddy. He said, "Richard, I need you to ring announce this day." And I said, "Man, I'm already booked." And I said, "Let me find somebody for you." The person that was belittling me or talking mess about me, I didn't know his number. I wasn't going to reach out to him by Facebook and any of the other stuff. I called his buddy, and I was getting ready to say, "Hey, here's your buddy. They're paying this amount. His hotel will be here. All he has to do is show up. Here's his fighters. Here's the promoter." Only because I wanted to help a buddy
Yeah.
out. And in doing so, I was thinking to myself, man, that wasn't a bad thing to do. I
Yeah.
thought I would never, ever do that. But you know what? Hey, it's just
Yeah.
who I am. And the fact is, his buddy didn't answer the phone. So maybe it just wasn't meant to be. But I was kind of like proud of myself a little
For
bit.
reason-
If I
yeah.
tell myself, because I'm thinking, I did the right thing,
Yeah,
man.
you're trying to help somebody out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so-
And then in this business, it's all about business.
Yeah.
We don't got to get along or for whatever reason, but hey, if I can help another person out and extend my hand,
Yeah.
absolutely I will.
And that's-
So I brought that up because you said that.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm always happy to see that sometimes. So
No, I know. I like to
Yeah.
see people succeed.
Yeah.
I know Isidro Ochoa was getting ready to announce something. Oh, shoot, that slipped out. My bad. My bad. I can't say nothing, but I know people that know people that know people.
Exactly. So
And it's all good, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of knowing people, Brian Lua is back at Riverside Boxing Academy.
go. We need to see him
and
back
you know
quick.
what? He's putting in work.
Yep.
As if to say, use it or lose it.
Yep.
And he's working with the man, the myth, the legend, Charles Tremblay. He has them all. The best thing for Charles was to leave Fresno
Yeah.
because he was here and he had an opportunity to show his skill set. And man, that's his dream,
Yep.
to train champions,
Yeah, look
and,
what he's
and that's
doing.
what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Brian Lua, he's back in there and he's putting in the work that he needs to put in. And again, I want to see how he reacts. I want to
Yeah.
see how he reacts, being out of the ring.
he's going to
that
take a
long.
few fights probably before we see the best one of them again. But we're here for it.
Yeah,
We're
that
gonna see-
prospect. Yeah, I mean, because when the last time we saw him, I mean, he was, he was in the winning streak and he was relevant and.
He had just like we said, he started pulling that grown man strength right there.
Yeah,
He was
oh, man.
landing some
He
shots.
is
Yeah.
hard. He is very hard.
Yeah.
And that's never been a factor with him. Brian does hit hard. It's just my concern was always his focus and always his, his desire. But from what I see, I mean, it's right there in its line. And again, it comes with time. And it comes with maturity. You got to remember, these are young kids. And when you start throwing money their way, they start seeing the limelight. It got to get to them because I remember Andy Reese Jr. And I'm not clowning or nothing. He had that one thin chain.
Yeah.
When he was on PBC, I mean, I thought, shoot, looking like LL Cool J, man. I mean, it
Got
was all
those-
good.
And speaking of, as you said, Mercedes Jeeps, there you go. He's got one of those, I believe, as well.
Oh, he's having fun, man.
Yeah, so
He's having fun, man. I mean, his pillow took away all the padding. It's just all there, all the fatty on there, man. He's doing really well.
just stacked it. Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with stacking it.
Yeah.
But, we
If you're
use a
working
couple
hard for it,
stacks.
hey.
Absolutely. Speaking of working hard, man, again, and a lot of people, they always say that I'm on this dude's jock or whatever. Ali Setback, man, he's just tearing it up right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's everywhere, man. I mean, he was part of the Garcia team when they came
Oh, yeah.
in. He was getting footage, he was getting content, and a lot of people, they like to go back and forth with him right there.
Yeah.
They like to let their emotions get the better of them. And Ali just keeps us cool.
Yeah, he just goes
But
on
when he
to-
has to, He'll let you know
Yeah.
numbers don't lie,
Yeah.
and they don't.
Yeah, he's got a big following there, so people
No,
hate,
no,
people
he
hate
does.
on him, but he's got the following. So
No,
What do
yeah.
you say?
Yeah, there was this woman I remember. She was in Las Vegas, and I had left. I went to the men's room, whatever, and then I just heard her come. When I got back, she was going, "Oh, I took a picture with Allie. I took a picture with Allie. Oh, you guys missed it. You guys missed it." And then I can kind of see the cell phone. I was like, "Okay, shoot, Allie got a star status over here."
yeah, I mean, they know who he is.
Yeah, they know who he
yeah.
is. He's making it happen,
Yeah.
man. He's making it happen. I think we're doing our thing here in Fresno, and I'd like to extend it to Bakersfield area and as well as Stockton and worldwide, man. That's the whole. That's the whole
That's the
thing.
purpose of it. Yeah.
Exactly. So, Mike, let me ask you this. I want you to play matchmaker just one time. 2020. What two fighters haven't been mentioned against each other that you think pass across in any division?
I think if the fight is to come maybe at the end of the year,
Yeah.
depending on what happens with Wilder and Fury, I think we're going to get Andy Ruiz and Dillian White at the end of the year. I would love to see that fight.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, that's one. Just depending again how Andy turns in his first one. A second one. Well, besides the Mikey and Pacquiao fight that everyone's talking about, I would love
Oh,
to see
see,
that.
I was going to talk about that
Well,
right
I'm
now.
just
I was going
saying,
to end the show with that, but
Well,
you know,
but I mean,
yeah.
but that's already been
Yeah.
heard. So,
that's been heard a long time ago, really.
yeah, that's been
This,
that's
it's some
always
moving parts.
been there.
Yeah, the moving parts. Well, it was all waiting on Mikey because
Yeah.
his return.
Yeah, it's always been there about that. So
Manny wasn't just on ice for no
yeah,
reason.
Yeah. So, and then he probably seen that. He probably seen how good he looked and was like, "Oh, it's gonna make me.
Yeah.
it's gonna make me some money."
Yeah.
So, any fight though in any weight that I would love to see, it'd probably be just because it hasn't been brought up so much. Well, no, that one's been brought up. I was gonna say Jamal Charlo and Andrade, but that one is. Man, honestly, give me Jaime Munguia and Triple G.
Well, that'd be a good fight.
Give me them now. Now, from where it was a few
That'd be
years
a good
ago to
fight.
now, give me that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Triple G does need to get back in the ring
Yeah,
right now.
so
He
I would
does.
love to see that.
He does ASAP. I want to talk a little bit about Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you see that fight going?
Honestly, I don't know. Just because I don't know what a lot of people are telling me. Oh,
Get outta here.
Manny's a little old, or Manny's welterweight, but at his age, you can't go a year.
When that fight's made, that fight will be fight of the year.
Yeah, but you can't go a year without having a fight. People are like, oh, well, he's older, he needs his body rest. Yeah, but he's older, he needs to keep doing it more often. So that's also there. But, I mean, the last time we seen Manny, he looked amazing. What we just seen from Mikey looked great. Mikey showed that even if he's not going to beat Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, somebody like that, Manny is the perfect guy for him at 147 because they're about the same size, honestly.
They are going to hype that fight up like crazy. Legend versus legend.
Or legend versus budding legend, because if Mikey gets that, he's on there. Like he said, that would be big for his legacy to have that name on there.
Well, Mikey's always wanted that name
Yeah,
on there.
so, I mean, I would honestly, if he's going to say I welterweight, I'd give me that fight.
See, that's one fight I wish I can go to. From what I'm hearing, it's going to be in
Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we need it here. Give it to us in L.A. or wherever. But
Oh, it's not happening in L.A.
yeah.
Not even New York. That's
Yeah.
MGM, man.
Oh, but I mean, L.A. would be perfect for it too.
Give me your first two rounds. How do you see that fight going?
Manny blazing.
Manny
Manny blazing, Mikey doing what Mikey does, downloading, timing,
See?
and getting there. But I also think Manny's going to be a little cautious because
Yeah.
he's going to say, all right, you know what? He did drop Jesse. He did
Yeah.
drop him, so I can't
Yeah.
come in too crazy. But Manny, too, if you look the way he came in at Thurman, it wasn't, oh, I'm going to just go sweet. He was just, backed him up and then caught him with that
That's
left
going to
hand.
be a fun fight because both men are class act.
Yeah.
Both men respect the sweet science. Both men come from awesome training camps. Both men have awesome trainers. Both men have awesome upbringings and what they're doing now in their lives. And when that point comes, my call's going to surprise you. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm not ready to.
Yeah, I'm not
let you know
going to
that
call
right
it until
now.
that fight's
But I
announced.
do plan on going down to Wild Card when that happens, and I do plan on going to Robert Garcia's when that happens. Because to not want to cover that fight, that's history in the making.
Yeah,
it really
that's-
is.
That's going to be a big fight.
It is going to be a fight.
So-
It's going to be like heavyweight status,
Yeah.
honestly, because they're going to hype this thing up.
Yeah,
and it's very easy to do.
And this year looks like we're going to have a lot of big fights. I mean, depending on what happens with Wilder and Fury in the second one.
Yeah.
It's the way I like it is Joshua's fighting in June. They're fighting in July.
Yeah.
They could fight whoever the winners fight in December.
You know what? Two guys I want to concentrate. Congratulate Bam for being successful with a knockout, and also Leo Reese for knocking his opponent out. And we got to see them and interview them when we went to Robert Garcia's boxing academy. They were on the undercard and they were taking care of business. Like, I mean, that stable is it's stacked.
That's never going to stop.
No,
that's the way it looks right now.
No, it's not.
So that's the way it looks. It's just they're constantly churning something out, and it's every time the next one is, hey, this guy hits hard. Hey, this guy's skill is amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's IQ, and it's like, all right, you got every type of fighter at your gym. There's a reason why iron sharpens iron because of what you got. You got a power puncher.
You're not going to get any sparring like that in the world over there. You got dogs over there.
That's that old.
And they're not afraid to match up champion versus champion in sparring to get you better.
Yeah, I mean, like we've said, Jose and Ortiz said that their last training camps they were just sparring with each other. That's all they wanted to spar with. So
that man hits
there's
hard.
a reason. Oh, Ortiz, I'd run from that punch right there.
There was an announcement that was supposed to be made. It hasn't been made yet, man. And we're gonna end the segment with this. Teofimo Lopez. They haven't found a site yet. They're leaning towards New York.
New York. I believe it's gonna go there. I mean, that's probably the best place for that fight. Just Lomachenko draws there. Lopez is from there, so
they don't like each other.
Yeah, just get it done.
No, they don't like each other, and that's real.
Yeah, Lomachenko's little comments have been pretty funny. Oh, when he does something, but look who he beat.
Yeah,
that would be like, all right, dude, you said this, everything you said I couldn't do, I did, and you're still talking. Okay, when we get in the ring, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I'm looking forward to that.
But Lomachenko, I mean, that's the Matrix for a reason.
Yeah.
One last thing, as we spoke earlier, next week, fans of boxing that actually know the sport.
Yes,
we're gonna have Michelle Rosado, Raging Babe, on. Promoting her event at the end of March, Philly Special.
And that's next Tuesday.
And she just did a deal with the Impact Network to actually put the event on TV for everybody. So congratulations to her. Very proud of her. Good friend of mine, and I'm happy for her, as we were just talking about being happy for other people. So she'll be on here. She knows her stuff. So if you guys are watching and you think you're going to say something slick to her, it's going to be funny because she will put you in the dirt.
No, and you know what? Bring those questions. Bring those comments in there. We adjusted what needed to be adjusted, and she wants to hear from you, man, especially. I want to give some things away. I want to give that guest the proper attention that it needs, and we'll start hyping that up, man, because she is very knowledgeable about the sport. She doesn't sit back, and she's making a difference in the sport, making a name for herself, these other fighters, and she's just running with it and having fun.
Yeah, and then that main event she's
not afraid to check you either.
Yeah, and that main event she's got going on, those two fighters, there was talk about them not wanting to get that deal done, and she said, close the door, we're going to handle this. And next thing you know, there's the poster, and there they are.
There you are.
That's going to be a great card as well.
Happen. Hey, once again, subscribe to our channel, www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. That's www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Going to be broadcasting live March 14th at McKinley Park in Stockton, California at 12 o'clock. We're going to make it happen. And also, March 21st, Toscano's Boxing Promotion is taking over the 209 once again with Kilo the Kid back in action as the main event. And they gave me a list of celebrities that are going to be there. I don't know if I have the okay to say them over the air right now. Robert Garcia, I'm sorry, that kind of slipped out. And there's some more that'll be there, but as we go, Diaz, man, they keep slipping out. Did I say Nick or Nate? I'm sorry, they keep slipping out, man.
I'm not surprised.
I'll try not to, let them slip out. I apologize, Israel. Man, you shouldn't have told me today when you called me on my break. But no, they put together a great show. I'm looking forward to working with them, collaborating with them. And once again, hey, Fresno, California, anything to say, buddy?
Just keep subscribing, keep watching, and we're pumping out the work as always.
That's it. Hey, subscribe to watch live. That's www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Every fighter has a voice, and it's a wrap here in Fresno, California. Thumbs up for Richie.
Never down for the count. It's just another wrap. Thanks for listening to the Fighter's Voice Radio Show. Catch us again next week.
Same when, same how.
And always stay connected to the Fighter's Voice on social media. So, on behalf of special guests and the whole crew right here at the Fighter's Voice Radio Show, saying see ya next week, right here on the Fighter's Voice.